Welcome to another happy hour hang. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Happy Monday. We have a Chiefs game later tonight. So you know we got to make sure we have this together. That way we can watch the Chiefs game. I've got to drive up to Mama and Papa Hill's house so we can watch the game all together. You guys, how are we on this Monday? How are we now that we have had a full weekend of Life of a Showgirl? I hope that everyone is just living, laughing, loving it. I personally am. I was trying to catch up a little bit on the chat before going live. Jelena, you know we have your back here, sending you so much love, hugs, support. Sounds like it's been absolutely nuts, and just, you know, we're here for you and we have your back. Also, just shout out to everyone in the chat as well. I see Betty is in here already. My fellow Swiftie George is in here. A lot of fellow Swifties in the chat, obviously, which is what I absolutely freaking love. Joy is in here as well. Jenny is in here. Jessica is in here. Colors is in here. Patty also just popped in. Olive, hello, everyone. Crystal, you guys, how are we feeling? How are we doing? Hi, Robert. I saw Steven say something about looking for Travis. I'm ready for the Chiefs game. Ready. Tasha's in here. Jody, Tabitha is excited to be on time. You guys, I am so excited to get into everything that we're going to discuss today. We're going to talk about a Diddy update. J-Lo, Ben Affleck, Nicole Kidman had her, well, technically it was her second public appearance, but like her first main public appearance since all of the Keith Urban separation divorce drama happened. She looks amazing. She has a new haircut, and personally, I think this public appearance is really making a major statement, and I can't wait to get into it with you guys. We're also going to be talking about Meghan Markle. The internet is upset about Meghan Markle, or upset with Meghan Markle and what recently happened with her in Paris Fashion Week. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Kayla Nicole, a little bit about Taylor and Selena, because that Instagram post that Selena posted was so freaking cute. And then we will end with a little Tavis right before getting ready for the Chiefs game here in a couple hours. Let us hope that we can come out with a win. I think we will. I'm manifesting that. We need it, especially after like all of the attention that's gonna be on us after this Taylor album. You know, we need the W. So I will be really excited for that. And I'm sure Travis is feeling on cloud nine after Life of a Showgirl and all of the content on Life of a Showgirl. So I will be really excited for that. Also, yes, thank you guys for showing support for mine and Shay's YouTube short yesterday. You guys, it was so funny. So yesterday was Papa Hill's actual birthday. Shout out to Papa Hill. Happy birthday, Papa Hill. And yesterday we went to dinner as a family on Saturday, but yesterday we just kind of hung out at home. I did some work, and then the music video came out on YouTube. We immediately were like, we need to learn part of this choreography. And I know what's also going viral on TikTok is the other part, the land, the sea, your vibes, the team. I know that's also going viral everywhere, but we were obsessed with that dressing room choreo. Like as soon as it happened, we were like, oh, we need to learn that. And so we did have to take time away from Papa Hill's birthday to learn that choreography. It was so funny. We were like filming outside, and he's like, can we have cake? Can we do my cake? Can we sing happy birthday? And we're like, 5 more minutes. Like, we have to get it. We have to get it. So shout out to Papa Hill, the ultimate girl dad, not minding sharing his birthday with a Taylor Swift music video premiere, and Shay and I taking time to learn some Taylor Swift choreography. The choreographer for Taylor Swift's music video, Mandy Moore, not Mandy Moore the singer, Mandy Moore the choreographer, she is somebody who is very near and dear to our heart. When we both did competitive dance growing up, she would always be at this one convention. It was called Jump. And it was a weekend-long dance convention, and a couple times they had Mandy Moore there to teach a master class. So technically, I've taken classes with Taylor Swift's choreographer, not to brag or to my own horn, but toot toot. And she is an iconic person in the dance world. So it makes complete sense that she choreographs everything for Taylor Swift. So it was kind of fun. Shay and I were like reliving our competitive dance days and just reliving our Mandy Moore masterclass days, teaching ourselves that fun little bit of choreography. So thanks for watching and supporting. I had no lashes on. We were not looking like our best glam-wise, but we had fun, and that's all that matters. Yes, also happy belated birthday to Crimson Rose. Her birthday was over the weekend as well. A lot of Libras. I am living for the Libra energy in the House of Hill. You guys know I feel like we have a lot of October birthdays, and I'm loving every second of it. I feel like October is always a crazy busy month, but like in the best way possible. Also, Bella just popped in, LaCarm popped in, Unserious popped in, Teresa just popped in. I am so happy that you are finally able to catch a live. October feels like a really popular birthday month. I'm with you. I always feel like, I don't know if it's because fall is really getting into the swing, or when I think of October, I always think of like our homecoming. I feel like when I did Little League cheer, it was always homecoming, high school football, college. Like October just always feels like Halloween, like the epitome of like fall busyness, school, sports, and then obviously we get into the holidays. Diana also just popped in. Hi Madison, I saw the official release party of Showgirl with your mom yesterday. Yes, we loved it. We had so much fun. We had such a blast at my sister's album release party, and then obviously yesterday watching the music video, and I finally recorded a video of like a succinct summary of my thoughts that I will be posting as well. I know I'm like several days late on that, but that's just how life is lifing these days. You know, I feel like I got a lot of, my arms are extended in a lot of pots. So I'm just trying to figure out a new balance. And it's interesting, but I did record that. I just need to get it done and get it posted. But then there's also a Chiefs game tonight, so it's just like all of the things. Reggie can't even think about Thanksgiving yet. I have to get through October. Like I can't even think about Halloween. I have to think about this weekend. I'm not even on the holidays yet, y'all. Like October is now shaping up to be super busy. This weekend I'm out of town for work. Then the following weekend, some of the Spicy Girls are coming in town because they're gonna go to the Lorde concert, which will be so fun. And then after that, we are out of town for our last wedding of the year, 5th and final. And then it's Halloween. And we're hoping to squeeze a Disney trip in there somewhere. You guys, I haven't been to Disney for freaking ever. For me, you know that makes me feel like something is missing. Like normally we are Disney people consistently, have not been to Disney in forever. I haven't even seen any of the Halloween stuff. Haven't had a Halloween food item or seen a piece of Disney Halloween decor. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been crazy. I know, Jelena said it's October, still going to weddings. You guys, this is the last one. This is the last one. This is officially the last one, the 5th and final. No, Wishlist Dropper is literally one of my favorites. Also, Jules just popped in. Shout out to Amanda. Yes, thank you for reminding everyone. Please give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you're new here, subscribe, stick around. Also, you know we have the membership as well, which is one of my favorite things ever, especially our group chat. So definitely come hang, be a part of the House of Hill. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get into all of the tea because, like I said, we have a lot to get into and we have a Chiefs game that we have to get ready for. So let's definitely get into it. First, a little Diddy update. So for those of you who might have missed it, I know I was distracted with other things on Friday, mainly Taylor Swift's album release, but Diddy was officially sentenced. He is going to spend 4 years behind bars. And now his legal team is trying to have him transferred to a specific prison. They're trying to have him sentenced to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey. It is a low security federal prison. So his team is saying this would be the best place for Diddy because he can help. It apparently has a great program for any sort of substance abuse, which is one of the things they're saying Diddy has, and that's why he behaved the way he did. And it's also so he can maximize family visitation and rehabilitation efforts. In my opinion, of all the places he could serve his prison sentence, this seems like the most cush one, which is why they're trying to have him transferred there. They're trying to say, oh, this would be the best place for him so he can get the rehab he needs, and that way he can see his family as much as he needs in order to help in those rehabilitation efforts. But to me, I think when I hear these, when I hear these benefits, I guess to me, I struggle because I'm like, I don't really feel like the consequences are matching the actions. Does that make sense? Like, I don't really feel like these are certain luxuries that should be afforded to Diddy, in my own personal opinion. But again, this is what his team is looking to do, and have him transferred there. Apparently, when the judge did hand down his sentence, he was very stoic, very upset, which tells me he genuinely believed, I guess he was not gonna have any consequences to his actions. We know his team was arguing for 14 months, so maybe in his mind he thought that's what he was gonna get. But yeah, pretty crazy that he had such a visceral reaction to the sentencing. That tells me I think he genuinely thought there were going to be minimal consequences for his actions, which I know a lot of people even feel like the sentence that he has been given is not really enough for the evidence that was provided at trial. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. So obviously we'll keep y'all updated on where he ends up. And we shall see. Yes, I see what you guys are saying about the speaking engagement. He's going to continue on. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's over, but it doesn't feel over. I don't know about anyone else. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any closure on the situation. Like, it still kind of feels open-ended, and maybe that's because a lot of us don't feel like the consequences match what we've seen and heard. Again, that's just my own personal opinion. The trial is over. It's done. The judge has handed down the sentence. Like, the justice system has done what it's going to do. He can't be retried for those things because of double jeopardy. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see where he ends up. But let's go ahead, though, move on from Diddy and get into the Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck and all of those things. I feel like people hate Blake more than they hate Diddy. Do you feel like that? I think it just feels like, I think people are just over talking about Diddy. I mean, I don't feel like the hatred is maybe one, I don't know. I just feel like maybe the social conversations around Diddy have really died down. And I feel like you really can't even compare the two situations. Like, the two are not even comparable. It's just two big celebrity scandals, but I wouldn't say that they are comparable by any means. I think when it comes to like social media commentary about certain things, a lot of the Diddy stuff died down compared to the Blake stuff. And that's maybe why it feels that way. But yeah, it is nuts that we've had two of those major celebrity scandals in the same year, so close, back to back. It's tiring. It is tiring. Okay, though, let's go ahead and move on Jennifer Lopez, Ben Affleck, 'cause then I want to talk about Nicole Kidman and her outing this weekend. So you guys, Jennifer Lopez is, unfortunately for her, still making headlines when it comes to her divorce from Ben Affleck. She is currently promoting her new musical film called Kiss of a Spider Woman. Ben is credited on this film because he helped finance it. So, fortunately for J-Lo, because of Ben Affleck, she was able to make this movie and star in this movie. She called it the role of her lifetime previously. So, fortunately for her, Ben helped her do that, but now, unfortunately, because he's credited on the film and did have such a role in getting this film made, she now has to talk about Ben Affleck in every interview she's doing about this movie. So she was on the Today Show this morning, and the new host, like, straight up asked her, he's like, what was it like to finalize your divorce in the midst of making this beautiful musical? And J-Lo was, like, a little taken aback. She was like, oh, there he goes. He just went for it. He just asked the question, like, right there. She seemed to be a good sport about it, but also, you know, again, I think she's getting tired of always having to talk about Ben in conjunction with this new movie, but it is what it is. She did say if it wasn't for Ben, the movie wouldn't have gotten made, so she gives him credit. She said things happen and you have to keep going. I mean, shout out to J-Lo, I guess, for being able to power through that situation. But I'm with you, George. I'm just kind of like a big yikes all around. Like, I don't, obviously, like I said, I think it's great that he gave money to finance this movie. He's like, credit me as an EP. You know, I will help you get this movie made because it's your dream role and I think you deserve it. But then also now, every point you have to talk about that, and everyone wants to talk about the fact that while you were making this movie, your divorce was going through with somebody who's involved in the movie. Like, brutal. Brutal, brutal. It's like, not only did she have the album that was supposed to be about the divorce, which she put out there and I think she was hoping would have gotten a little more traction. Now it's like this movie is coming out and people are wanting her to talk about it again. If anything, I think people are more curious about her finalizing the divorce while filming this movie than they were about the album that she put out about the divorce. But still, brutal timing. Brutal timing. Also, Stoic Blabber just popped in. I wanted to say hello. And Lorelai, I didn't see you pop in, so I wanted to make sure I said hello as well. And yeah, J-Lo's gonna keep pushing, keep moving forward. Are you guys gonna go see Kiss of a Spider Woman? I hate to admit this, you guys, I did not know J-Lo was promoting a new movie until I saw the headlines about her speaking about her divorce from Ben Affleck in conjunction with the movie. So I feel bad because genuinely I didn't even know this was a J-Lo movie. I did not know she was coming out with anything. And then I literally saw a headline about her talking about finalizing her divorce in the process of filming this movie, even though Ben financed it. And that was the first I saw about it. It's a musical movie, which I feel kind of bad about. I'm like, ooh, I hate that I also didn't know about this project until she was talking about Ben Affleck. But also I just have to be completely honest with you guys. That's how I found out about it. That's how I heard about it. I had not really seen much promo about it before then. But she's saying this is like the role of her life. I loved her in Selena. To me, that was, which I know was years ago, but to me, that was like J-Lo's best work. So maybe this will top that for me and for a lot of people. I don't know if I'll go see it in the movie, like in the movie theater. This feels like a maybe stream at home situation, and I'm really gonna have to see a lot of hype about the music because I love a musical, y'all. I love a musical. Okay. Hello, I just talked about my competitive dance days at the beginning of this. love Wicked, love Broadway. I'm always here to give a musical a stream. I don't think we appreciate musicals enough. So I'm always here to support a musical. I just feel like I'll need to hear a few things and see a few things to really rope me in, so to speak. But no, I would give it a stream at home. I don't know if I'll go to the movie, but I would stream it at home for sure. Nothing will top Selena. Selena made her, and she won't be able to out. Selena, she killed that. That is honestly probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, in general, overall, one of the best movies, in my personal opinion. Like, that is one of my top favorite movies. You laugh, you cry, it's based on a true story. You're entertained, like, no notes. Literally no notes. I know that Netflix tried to do a series. I didn't watch the Netflix series. Did anyone watch the Netflix series? I know that makes me like a bad supporter, but I just felt like the movie was done so well. Did we need a series? You know, the movie was just so good. I never watched the series. Now I kind of feel like I should. Now I feel kind of guilty that I never did. Oof, I don't know. No. I stand by it. The movie was too good. The movie was too good. Okay. All I've said, I watched a few episodes. We didn't need the series. No, I didn't. I heard the series wasn't good. Oh, that makes me sad because my girl Angela from Twilight was Selena. You know, that's okay. I don't want to ruin the series. I've never seen it, but I'm sure what was put out there was great. The movie, iconic. We'll leave it at that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and get into this Nicole Kidman to you guys. If you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. Nicole Kidman officially has breakup bangs, everybody, and I am here for it. Nicole Kidman stepped out this weekend. She was at the Chanel show for Paris Fashion Week. She is actually one of the new ambassadors for Chanel, so she kind of had to show up. I'm sure she was a little anxious given everything that happened this past week. In case you missed it, Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban separated after 19 years of marriage. We found out they've actually been separated since this summer. Keith Urban moved out of the family home. There were rumors that he was not faithful to Nicole Kidman. And 24 hours after news broke of their separation, she filed for divorce, which kind of has been fueling those rumors that Keith was not faithful. We've been hearing that people around Nashville have known that Keith Urban has moved on with somebody, that Nicole isn't denying to their inner circle that he's moved on with somebody. And for me personally, I believe that Keith Urban was up to shenanigans, and let me tell you guys why. Obviously all the stuff with his guitar player, literally putting her name into song lyrics, her posting about that with her full chest on Instagram and then trying to play a victim. That is giving red flags. But then something else that is solidifying this for me is this weekend when Nicole Kidman showed up to the Paris Fashion Week, when she showed up to Paris Fashion Week, she was with her daughters. Hand in hand, both her daughters holding her hand, showing up with their mom to the Chanel show. That tells me everything I need to know. That tells me there were shenanigans going on. The girls are taking their mom's side, and they are making sure they are showing their support for her. Obviously, at home, we know that the daughters have been with her, and also publicly. The fact that she showed up to the Chanel show with her two daughters, Keith, I've never been so disappointed. Y'all, I have been so disappointed in Keith Urban. Like, I cannot even express. I know I talked about this last week, but I'm just reiterating. It was still a very big topic of discussion this weekend for my family because we love Keith and Nicole. Loved Keith and Nicole, but we were fully telling Papa Hill, we're like, yeah, we hope you enjoyed your last Keith Urban concert because never going to another one. Like, unless something really to the contrary comes out that proves he wasn't up to shenanigans, but y'all, I don't know. The vibes are giving shenanigans for me, and I have never been so sad. Ugh, I literally loved Keith and Nicole. Also, 19 years of marriage. Like, how after 19 years of marriage do you decide to go be up to shenanigans? Allegedly, seemingly pure speculation. Ugh, I just don't get it. And then again, like I said, there's rumors about his guitar player, and is she the one who was causing shenanigans? Just so you guys know, she like went off Instagram for a little bit, but now she's capitalizing off of it. She returned to Instagram and posted just like a blank screen. And in the caption, it says, announcement coming soon. So, I don't know. I feel like at first this was what's interesting to me about the guitar player. So, Keith Urban put her name into lyrics for a song that he originally wrote for Nicole at a recent show. She pulled a fan clip of that and posted it on her Instagram bragging about it, being like, did he just say that? So you were bragging about Keith Urban putting your name into lyrics of a song that he wrote for Nicole. Bragging about that on Instagram. Then news breaks that their marriage is over. Still leave that up on your Instagram. People start commenting on it. People have criticisms of it. Then all of a sudden you're a victim. You're like, oh my God. People are so mean. People are crazy. Her dad is writing statements on Facebook. Then you decide, oh, you're actually going to capitalize on this. Because you post a blank screen and you say announcement coming soon. It's very confusing. It's like, we put it out there with our whole chest. Then, oh my God. What's happening? Now we're going back out there with our full chest. I have whiplash. I didn't know who Maggie Baugh was before. Now she's giving me whiplash. Betty said, Taste of Country published a piece that shows Maggie isn't the other woman, but she's taking advantage of the publicity. Then, honestly, then do it with your full chest, which maybe she seems to be doing now. Maybe at first she was spooked, but now she's doing it with her full chest. And again, all of that is pure speculation. I feel like I've gotten a little messy when I talk about the Nicole and Keith thing, because I don't know why I feel like I'm taking it personally, because I literally am. I think it's just because you guys know I love. I also hate when I am a fan of someone when they do something that gives trash behavior. Like, I don't know why I almost feel like I do take it personally. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what do you mean? Somebody who was married for 19 years to an icon like Nicole Kidman, an absolute power couple. Like, Taylor Swift worked with Keith Urban. Like, what do you mean after 19 years you decided you're going to have this midlife crisis, you're going to move out of your family home, you're going to not only embarrass the mother of your children, but also your two daughters who are like old enough to know what's going on, one of whom is still having to go to school. You know, I don't know. I just am very disappointed. And you're right, maybe Betty, that's what like, he just seemed so respectable. Like, he seemed like, I don't know, he just seemed like a guy who was above all that. You know, he seemed like the dad who was better than that. And so I guess maybe that's why, again, this is pure speculation. This is just where things seem to be pointing. But it's really bothering me. You know, it's bothering me, and clearly I know I need to let it go. And actually and also just so everyone's aware, I'm fully aware it has literally nothing to do with me. I just, am somebody who loves love. I hold marriage in very high regard. Loved Keith, loved Nicole. So just disappointing. But again, the fact that she showed up to Paris Fashion Week, she's rocking her new bangs. She looked great. She had her daughters by her side. My personal opinion, telling me all that we need to know. Okay, moving on. Let's get into Meghan Markle, and then we're going to get into all of the Taylor Swift tea that I have for you guys today, talking about Taylor Swift, and Kayla Nicole, aka Travis's ex, Taylor and Selena, and then we'll end with a little Taylor and Travis. Meghan Markle is getting dragged, y'all. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Meghan Markle is being dragged. Once again, it kind of feels like for breathing, but let me give y'all the tea. So Meghan Markle also was at Paris Fashion Week, okay? And she showed up to the Balenciaga show. People are criticizing her for showing up to the Balenciaga show. People are criticizing her for her appearance. All of that is normal. And I hate to say it's normal, but when it comes to Meghan Markle, again, the girl breathes, she gets dragged. But people are thinking that she purposefully disrespected Princess Diana because when she left the Balenciaga show, she took a video of her in the back of a limo. She propped her feet up, okay? So she's riding in the back of a limo, her feet are up. And because you can see the bridge where Princess Diana had her accident in that underpass, people are thinking that Meghan Markle purposefully disrespected Princess Diana because she has her feet propped up in the limo and you can see in the background the site of where Princess Diana had her accident. Y'all, I literally cannot make this up. Like, it's crazy to me that people are like, I was literally speechless. I was speechless when I was reading these headlines and reading some of these comments because Connie, that was my exact thought. I literally out loud said, people need to go touch grass. Like, if you think that Meghan Markle was trying to do anything to disrespect her deceased mother-in-law, y'all are crazy. Like, and I'm not saying y'all, I'm talking about like other people online who are reaching. There is zero chance she was doing anything intentional to disrespect Princess Diana. Like, I just A, don't think she would do that, and B, I think if even so, she wouldn't do so publicly. Like, it's just, people are really searching for anything. And here's the thing. I get that Meghan Markle annoys the absolute living F out of so many people. But this feels like you are searching for something to complain about. If you want to complain about the fact she was invited to a Paris Fashion Week show, okay. She's still a public figure. She's a prominent figure. Celebrities go to Paris Fashion Week all the time. You want to complain about that? Okay. But like literally your arm is popping out of your socket complaining about this one. The fact that I'm seeing headlines, Meghan Markle accused of disrespecting Princess Diana. Like, guys, no, not her, babes, not her. Like, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. And that's all I have to say about that. Let's go ahead and get into the Taylor Swift of it all, honestly, because that Meghan T honestly deserves no other conversation because it's just so insane. Absolutely, absolutely insane. Superstar Bella, truly. Okay, Taylor Swift of it all. First and foremost, let's talk about Taylor Swift and Kayla Nicole. For those of you who don't know, Kayla Nicole is Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend. They have been broken up for several years, several years. But when Taylor and Travis started dating, she kind of got brought back into the fold because she willingly put herself back into the fold. And I just felt like that needed to be said because people are, of course, having thoughts about Taylor Swift seemingly, I'm not even going to say shading Kayla Nicole, seemingly referencing Kayla Nicole in her song, Opalite. So, for those of you who don't know, in Taylor Swift's song, Opalite, which is about Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift sings, "You were in it for real, she was in her phone, you were just a pose. And don't we try to love, and give it all we got. You finally left the table, and what a simple thought. You're starving till you're not. So the part that, again, people really think was about Kayla was that you were in it for real. She was in her phone. You were just a pose. And I will say the moment that line was sung, my sister was like, oh, that was a shot at Kayla Nicole. Ah. Honestly, I also immediately thought that was a shot at Kayla Nicole. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Again, it's a reference. She is saying, this is how Travis, the whole song Opalite is how they've found each other through these bad relationships, through this dark time. And now they're together and everything's Opalite. Of course she has to reference, you know, Travis's previous relationship too. She can't just be singing about her own previous relationships. And it was very light, not anything too shady. She could have really, I mean, if she really wanted to shade Kayla Nicole, she should have. Or she could have. Not should have. She could have. I don't feel like this was like that groundbreaking of a freaking reference. Like, it was just literally her referencing Travis's past relationship. Unseri said, so many Swifties hating the new album. I feel seen. I am not one of them. I love the album. So Kayla Nicole seemingly responded to Taylor Swift's alleged shade. She posted an old clip of Eva from America's Next Top Model where she says she doesn't compare herself to other girls because she's no comparison to anyone else. And for everyone who thinks that this is a response to Taylor's shade, I'm just kind of like, okay. Okay, like, to me, I feel like one of the criticisms of this album that's really irritating me is people are like, why is Taylor Swift coming for Kayla Nicole? Why is Taylor Swift coming for Charlie XCX? Like, that's such low-hanging fruit. She has way bigger feuds and way bigger people to go after. Are you Taylor Swift? Guess what? Newsflash, she can literally reference whoever she wants to on this new album. Kayla Nicole has not gotten Taylor Swift's name out of her mouth since Taylor and Travis started dating. Kayla Nicole literally went on Special Forces, Fox reality show, and her storyline was the fact that her ex-boyfriend is now dating the biggest pop star in the world. Okay, so if Taylor Swift wants to make a literal 2.5 second reference to Kayla Nicole, aka Travis's previous relationship, I don't see a problem. Kayla Nicole has talked about Taylor on Instagram. She wrote a think piece about the criticism Swifties have given her. She is still talking about the hate she receives online. She just was on a podcast telling people, if you're gonna hate on me, at least comment on my brand posts so I can pay my bills. Like, I think if she's okay to do that, it's okay that Taylor Swift make a reference to Travis's previous relationship. And who knows, she could be talking about somebody else. It's the internet who's pulling it together that it's Kayla Nicole. It's Kayla Nicole who's clapping back about it on her Instagram. If Kayla Nicole was really upset about Taylor Swift referencing her on a song, she wouldn't have posted this response, Ava from America's Next Top Model, okay, saying she doesn't compare herself to other girls because she's no comparison to anyone else. So for anyone who is worried about Kayla Nicole and how she is on the internet, let me tell you, Kayla Nicole is doing just fine. She's doing just fine. She's okay. She's giving sass, okay? I think if she's giving sass and she's giving pettiness back, she's okay that Taylor Swift referenced her on the album. I'm literally so sick of people like being upset that Taylor Swift referenced like one of his exes. The nerve. Referencing an ex who has literally talked about her on any public platform that she can. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. No, absolutely. The Swifties were attacking her. To be fair, Juliana, they were. I'm not going to deny that. However, my response to that is she has fully embraced that now. Like, she is fully talking about it. Again, I get after they started dating, people went a little hard on Kayla Nicole unnecessarily, and that's because, if you remember, she did actually write a petty Instagram caption first. Nobody knew who she was. Nobody was checking for her. Then she wrote a petty Instagram caption. The Swifties came for her. Then she released that video on Instagram the think piece about, you know, the negative criticism she's been getting. And then after that, it was like, then she went on Special Forces. And then she has done several podcast interviews where she's talked about her previous relationships and made comments. So that's just where I struggle. I'm like, this all started with a petty Instagram caption. You know what I mean? But at least where I feel is when it comes to the reference in the song. See, DeGlow said, I like Kayla, but she started it. I like Kayla too. Like, I like her. I'm just saying, like, you started the petty war. You know what I mean? Like, if you start the war, then you have to deal with the consequences. If you are going to go after and make a petty comment about Taylor Swift, you have to know what is going to come. And again, you've been putting it out there. You know, you need to embrace what's going to come back. And like I said, it's not like Taylor said anything bad. And even to flip it around on her, if Kayla Nicole really wanted to keep this little back and forth going, I would be like, oh, it's actually romantic that I'm referenced in a Taylor Swift song. If she really wanted to keep it going, she should do an Instagram post to actually romantic. That would be a gag, you know what I mean? Will she? I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, she did start it. Moral of the story. Charlie XCX did start it. You know what I mean? So it's just irritating to me that these people are like, oh my God, why is Taylor Swift coming for these girls? Like, it's just so unnecessary. Hello, I love the revisionist history that's going on. They came for her first. She is responding. If it was anyone else, everyone would be living for it. You know what I mean? Anyway, Unserious said, I saw people calling Taylor not Travis's type and that he actually likes women who look like Kayla and saying Travis settled for a white Taylor. I think people who say that need a better vocabulary. And obviously they don't really know Travis's type. Again, how would anyone online know what Travis's real type is? So I think if anyone wants to say that after seeing the podcast interview, that's on them. You're trying to poke holes in people's happiness. You know what I mean? Oh, we can talk about Actually Romantic. We talked about it a little bit on Friday. To me, I love Actually Romantic. I think it's genius. I've said it's my new motto. Like, literally, it's changed my brain chemistry. Instead of thinking that people are talking ish about me, I'm thinking, oh my God, it's actually romantic that you're talking about me. It's actually romantic that I live rent-free in your brain. It's totally been a personal reframing of a mindset for me that I love. And anyone who thinks it's ridiculous that Taylor went after Charlie XCX, again, may I remind you, Charlie XCX wrote about Taylor Swift first. Last year on her album. Said how she didn't want to see her backstage at her boyfriend's show. Yes, because it played into her insecurities, but still. Charlie XCX came for Taylor first. So I'm confused why now all of a sudden we get upset when somebody responds to a song. I'm confused. We normally are living for this kind of thing. Normally when somebody goes for an artist and the artist responds, we're all living for the fodder. I'm confused now when Taylor Swift does it, all of a sudden it's problematic and it's low-hanging fruit and you don't understand it. And also for anyone who's upset that Taylor Swift referenced Charlie XCX using a substance, has anyone seen the show Overcompensating? Charlie XCX literally makes a substance joke in Overcompensating. Like, fully stands behind it and owns the joke. So, the joke. I'm confused. Like, it's so, I think people literally are just looking to hate. Like, people, it's so funny. You guys know I say this all the time. We can never just be served a piece of content, an album, anything these days, a show, a movie. We cannot be served any piece of entertainment and just like be happy with it. You know, We have to find a problem with every little thing that anyone puts out, especially a big person, a big fave, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what's happening with Taylor Swift. You know, it's so funny to me, and I say this in the video that I'm getting ready to post, but I'll say it again here. It's funny to me because when Taylor released Tortured Poets Department, people hated it. People were like, it's too long, it's too wordy, we don't understand it. I mean, people literally were absolutely destroying Tortured Poets Department. Okay, making complete fun of it. Then, all of a sudden, Taylor Swift releases Life of a Showgirl, which is easy to understand, fun, pop, lighthearted. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh my God, what? These lyrics have no meaning. Where's Tortured Poets Department? How is the same woman who wrote Tortured Poets Department the same woman who wrote Life of a Showgirl? It's like, people are literally nuts. People are literally nuts. Like, it's so funny to me. I think people forget what they even got mad about a year ago. Like, people are literally, like, people forget what they're mad about. People forget what they were just trolling her about. It's so funny. It's so nuts. It's so immature too. Like, listen to it. If you like it, listen to it. Have fun. Enjoy it. If you don't, go listen to Charlie XCX. Like, it's literally not that deep. This should be fun. And if you're taking it too deep, I agree. Like, literally go touch grass. You know what I mean? Unseer said, it's bad for a woman to not want to see someone who makes them feel insecure. Yes, Charlie is a rude person, but this is a common experience for many. Personally, I blocked all the Kardashians because of looks. Totally fair. Totally, totally fair. And absolutely. I'm just saying that when it comes to like a diss track situation, like one person put it out there first and the other person responded. Joanna said exactly. It's like they don't like this pop vibe and her being happy. It's coming off in her music. Like she says, her happiness permeates in every part of her life, including her music. Exactly. I don't know. Again, I think people just love to complain about anything. But you know who's not complaining about the album? Selena Gomez, Taylor's bestie. I don't know if you guys saw on Instagram today, Selena Gomez posted literally the sweetest Instagram post. Celebrating 20 years of friendship with Taylor Swift. Also, Life of a Showgirl. I genuinely just loved Selena's Instagram post because it just felt like, I don't know, it just felt like they're just two girls. Like, that's literally what I said in my Spicy Swifties group chat. I was like, they're just girls. Like, they're just girls. And I think sometimes we forget that. We forget that they are human. We forget that they are just two women who have been through the trenches and finally found their person. And they're excited for one another and happy for one another. And they both have finally gotten to this point at the same time. And they're there to celebrate each other. And that's beautiful and iconic and amazing and so lovely to see. And I don't know, I thought the Instagram post was so sweet. I was like watching it and I was like, that literally warms my heart. Like, it's so authentic, it's so real, and they're just girls. They're just girls. Then we can't be mad at people who diss Taylor back. Never. If you want to diss Taylor, as long as it's well done, I like, you guys know, I say it all the time, I am a petty person. I am petty. Me. I respect pettiness. I live for pettiness. So if you're going to come for Taylor, that's totally fine. Just don't miss. You know? Betty said, Rep Taylor was fierce, Teen Tay was savage, and Showgirl Tay is my petty queen, and I'm here for it. Betty, period. The last little bit of tea I have for you is Taylor and Travis. A little Tavis, mainly putting this rumor to rest. If you guys are here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. Maria, clock it. That's the tea. Taylor made it clear, I guess there's a rumor out there that she's quitting music after she marries Travis. Ridiculous. Not quitting music. She was asked this during a recent interview on BBC Radio. She said she actually called the thought of her quitting music after this album and after she gets married offensive. She said anyone who assumes she would quit her job after getting married, she literally finds that offensive. And I'm dead. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just like anyone else. Would you ask anyone else if they're quitting their job when they get married? Like, you don't know my life. No, she did not like that question. She did not. She straight up called it offensive. And it is offensive because why would anyone assume that? She said that the thing that she loves most about Travis is how supportive he is of her music. She said, quote, I love the person that I'm with because he loves what I do and he loves how much I am fulfilled by making art and making music. That's the coolest thing about Travis. He's so passionate about what he does that me being passionate about what I do, it connects us. There's no point in time where he's gonna be like, I'm really upset that you're still making the music. I'm sorry, isn't that what we're all looking for in life? The coolest thing about Travis, he's so passionate about what he does that me being passionate about what I do, it connects us. That's what we're all looking for. That and a best friend we think is hot. Like, you guys, I can't say the word that I was actually thinking, but it starts with an F and ends with a K. Whenever I saw that people thought she was going to quit music when she marries Travis Kelce. What the actual, you know what I mean? It's insane. Like, what? No, absolutely not. And so honestly, I'm glad she cleared it up. I mean, again, she did totally get offended by this question, but I'm glad she cleared it up, and also her answer was amazing. And once again puts to rest anyone who thinks Travis and Taylor are such an oddball couple. Hello, they support each other's passions. It connects them. I just like don't even, yes, literally, Dave. Yes, 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 you guys are reading my brain. Reading my brain. I can't say it because then we will get in trouble, but you know. That was me. I was literally like, that's crazy. That's just one of those things that I just would never ask Taylor Swift. You know what I mean? Like that's a rumor you see online, and that's something you talk amongst one another in the break room. Like asking her that is crazy because you should know the answer. You know? Just crazy to me. But yeah, no, not quitting music. Not that we ever thought she would. Jay said, Taylor mentioning her is going to get her looks and build her brand. She should say thank you. Oh, talking about Kayla? Honestly, period. But no, I definitely, I think they're perfect for each other too, Diana. Obviously, I've thought that since day one. But again, I don't know how anyone, after seeing that podcast interview, hearing the album, like, I just don't know how anyone could be a hater. I think at this point, if you are a hater, haters gonna hate. Not to quote everyone's least favorite Taylor Swift song, but it's true. And then also too, I just genuinely think if you are somebody who is dragging Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and dragging Taylor's new album, again, I say this in the video that I'm getting ready to post, but like you just genuinely don't like seeing other people happy. And at the end of the day, if that's how you feel, that's on you. I don't understand why you need to write think pieces about it, but if, I guess, that helps you, go off. But I just feel like if you genuinely, even if you hate Taylor Swift, you hate the new album, the music's not for you, if you can at least look at it from a little bit of an outsider perspective to say, you know what, I'm not a musical theater girly. The vibes of the album aren't for me, but I can tell why people say she's happy and good for her. If you can't at least say that, then you really just don't like seeing other people happy, you know? And I hope that you can rework your brain to be able to enjoy the happiness of others, because I promise you it will bring more joy to yourself. Like, I really promise if you are able to celebrate other people's happiness, genuinely, more happiness will come to your life. And you don't even have to celebrate her. You don't even have to be like, oh my God. Like, I'm just saying, if you can't just acknowledge somebody's happiness, that tells me, if you can't do it for a celebrity, that tells me you're not doing it for people in your real life too. But you really like challenge yourself to appreciate people's happiness, because I promise you, you will then experience more happiness in your own life. And then maybe you won't feel the need to be such a hater, you know? I feel like I genuinely have really tried to see more positivity day to day. I've been talking about this a lot. Talked about this with a friend over the weekend, with my family. I genuinely have been trying to, again, see more positive in the day to day, show more gratitude. And let me tell you, I genuinely do feel better. And maybe that's also why this album is resonating so well with me. I'm like, oh my God, yes. Yes, let's be happy. There is so much heavy in the world. There is so much ish going on. Life is lifing so hard all the time. Let's just try to have a glimpse of happiness here and there. You know what I mean? Okay, I feel like I've got on a soapbox that nobody asked for. Sorry about that. But that was on my heart, I guess. Needed to say it out loud. So sorry that got like weird and preachy at the end. But y'all know what I mean. And I just, oh gosh, I think sometimes we just get, we love to bog ourselves down in the negativity. Like, we need a little dose of positivity, you know? And Taylor's providing that for us. So, I don't know. I'm living for it, obviously. Again, sorry for getting on my soapbox about that, but no regrets. Patty, have a good evening. That is actually all the tea I have for you guys after my long little winded thing about positivity, you guys. So if you're here and you haven't given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. I just saw the time. Gotta go and get ready for the Chiefs game tonight. The Chiefs are playing. Definitely excited, ready for us to come out with a W. Gonna go support Travis Kelce, who's got to be on cloud 9 after, obviously, this big album release. And y'all have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your evening. I will see you on Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notification bell is on. Make sure you look in the membership. Make sure, you know, we say hi to all of the after watchers, all of our international members. And yeah, y'all, I'll see you guys next time.